The Journey of the Soul, a story of solitude and karma. In an ancient kingdom, there was a renowned sage named Vishwamitra. His wisdom spread far and wide, and people from all corners of the land sought his guidance. He was known for his deep understanding of life, death, and the workings of the universe. Despite his fame, the sage lived a simple life, detached from worldly possessions, focusing solely on the pursuit of truth. One day, a young prince named Raghav visited the sage, troubled by thoughts of life and death. The prince, though blessed with wealth and power, could not escape the deep questions that plagued his heart. As he entered the sage's humble abode, he bowed respectfully and asked, "Great sage, I have inherited the kingdom from my father, but I cannot find peace. I fear the day I will leave this world. I wonder if I will truly be alone when the time comes, or if I will be accompanied by the people I have cared for and ruled over." The sage welcomed the prince and gestured for him to sit. "Raghav," he began, "you have come to me with an important question. It is natural for all beings to ponder the mysteries of life and death. But let me tell you this, a man is born alone and dies alone." The prince's brow furrowed in confusion. "But what about the people around us, the ones we love and care for? Don't they help us through life's difficulties, and won't they be there for us when we face death?" Vishwamitra smiled gently. "Though we live among others, the good and bad consequences of our karma are experienced alone. No one can bear the fruits of your actions except you. Each soul is responsible for its own deeds, whether good or bad. You may receive help, love, and care from others in life, but when it comes to the consequences of your actions, you will face them alone." Raghav sat in contemplation, absorbing the sage's words. "So, even when we go to the next world, we are alone?" he asked. "Yes, Raghav," the sage replied. "When the time comes for the soul to leave the body, it journeys alone. Whether one ascends to the supreme abode or descends to hell, it is a path that is walked alone. The deeds of this life shape the journey of the soul in the afterlife. But no companion, no matter how close, can follow you on this journey. It is a personal path that each soul walks based on its own karma." The prince felt a sense of loneliness creeping into his heart. But how can we find peace if we must face everything alone? Is there no solace in companionship, no comfort in the love of others? Vishwamitra's voice softened. "Raghav, true peace comes from understanding that the journey is yours and yours alone. While relationships and friendships are precious, they are temporary in the grand scheme of existence. It is the soul's connection with the divine, and the choices you make in this life, that determine your ultimate peace and destination. Understand that the love and companionship you seek must first come from within. When you align your actions with righteousness, you will be at peace with yourself, even in solitude." The prince, now beginning to understand the sage's wisdom, asked, "So, how should I live, knowing that my actions alone determine my fate?" The sage nodded. "Live with awareness, Raghav. Let your actions be guided by wisdom, compassion, and truth. Cultivate a life of virtue, and know that every action you take has an impact on your future. Live without attachment, but with love for all. And in the end, when you face the journey alone, you will not be fearful. You will walk with a heart full of peace, knowing that you lived according to your higher self." As the sun began to set, Raghav felt a deep sense of clarity. He realized that while the people around him were important, the true path to peace lay in his own actions and understanding. The thought of facing life and death alone no longer seemed daunting, for he understood that the journey of the soul is a solitary one, shaped by the choices we make. Years later, when Raghav's time on earth came to an end, he passed peacefully, knowing he had lived a life of purpose, guided by the wisdom imparted to him by sage Vishwamitra. The kingdom mourned his passing, but Raghav had already transcended, his soul having walked the path of karma with grace, ready to face whatever lay ahead, alone but unafraid. Moral of the story: a man is born alone and dies alone. He experiences the good and bad consequences of his karma alone, and he goes alone to hell or the supreme abode. Our lives are shaped by our actions, and it is through our personal choices that we walk the path to peace and enlightenment. True solace comes from understanding that the journey of the soul is ultimately a solitary one, and that the peace we seek must come from within. Thanks for watching. If you found this video insightful, don't forget to give it a like, share it with others who might benefit, and subscribe to the channel for more valuable content like this. Hit the bell icon so you never miss an update. See you in the next video.